Okay, I'm down here in southern Hughes County tonight, and I'm going to do a solo camp. Thing is, I can drive in quite a ways here, but I've got to cut my way into where I'm setting up this camp. So, show you what I've got to carry my stuff through, and show you where I'm going to camp. Have to excuse the jerky video here. All right, so right across the creek there is where I came last week and scouted out. Very thick brush here. Got to clear this out where I can get my stuff through here. Cut through the briars and all those goodies. But give you guys a little view of everything. I was here last week. My daughter's dog Diesel was with me, and this week he's not. So here's the creek around it, right up side of a mountain there. And then in that over there by that big cedar, I'm going to clear and level some of the underbrush out of the way so I can set up a tarp. I had a outfitter's tent ordered that Amazon said would be here Friday, and all I got Friday was an apology that your package wasn't here yet. So I'm going to do my old method of just putting a tarp between some trees for some shelter from the weather, and do it that way. Let's see where I'm gonna. And it's a very nice day. Now next week it's going to fall down into the 20s again and be very cold. So this weekend is very nice. It's like in the 60s right now. So somewhere in this I'm going to set up my camp. Won't be lacking any firewood for sure. So I think right in here would be a good, set my tarp between these trees, clear this out, and be a good spot. Now, I didn't bring my fishing stuff. Right there, that's a pretty good little fishing hole if you want to catch you a mess of bluegill. So, I brought an ice chest, but I don't see myself dragging that ice chest across the creek to get down in here. There's some big cedars and such in here. Actually, I think right in here probably be a good place to set up camp. Where I'm at right now, I am about 50 miles west of the Kiamichis. You'll see from the lack of pine trees, this is all mostly hardwoods and cedars, very big cedars down here. And this area here, I'm gonna put my tarp and campsite right in here. I'm going to go down to the creek and get some rocks, dig a fire pit, and make me some lunch. I'm ready for that. One thing about here, I've got cell phone signal down here, so if everything works out, I may try to do a live stream tonight. So this is a promising area. This is a valley that is sealed off on both ends. Back to, 30, 40 years ago, about anybody could get down here. Now there's a locked gate on both entrances to it, and it's all private property. Of course, I can get down here because my family owns some of it. But back in the day, this valley kind of has a reputation for being haunted. put it that way. I mean, there's been everything reported down here from, I know, 2 Bigfoot sightings, another odd happening, and the Bigfoot sightings are from a long time ago, back 30 plus years ago. Also a sighting of a glowing green humanoid entity in the woods, which I did a video about that as well, and that happened back in the probably the late 80s. I have no idea what the significance of that is, and also there was a report around that time of somebody catching sight of some glowing orbs in the woods and stuff, and that's another thing I don't know anything about, but it was down here nonetheless. Most recent thing, if you go a little to the other ridge of this valley, somebody was cutting firewood down there about a year ago and told me that something was throwing rocks at him while he was doing it from the woods. He didn't see what it was, but it spooked him anyway. Okay, I just realized this is sound activated, so I can't tell it to, you know, not record anymore. It shuts off automatically. So anyway, I'm going to stop doing this for a little bit and go set up my camp and come back when I've got it set up. Anyway, back across the creek, and like I say, I may try to do a live stream tonight. Got to clear some of this brush out of the way, and we got some big cedars down here. Okay, I'll check back in later. Okay, so I just got my camp set up. Got the fire lit. It is 4:15, and this was all just brush, and I've cleared out a lot of it. Built me a little fire pit. Here's some things I brought along, and like I said earlier, I'd ordered an outfitter's hot tent, which was supposed to be here Friday, but all I got was the apology email. Sorry, your package didn't come in. So I went back to my old tried and true, just making a tarp between a couple trees, putting my bed under it. So I brought along the parabolic microphone that I got from Mark from the Live Wire YouTube channel. That comes in very handy. The totally quiet down here right now. The owls were actually hooting a little earlier, which was surprising, and that was about 3 o'clock, and they were going at it out in the woods. So over here behind, there's the East Valley wall right there, and over that it goes up even more. Creek goes through here. Like during the springtime, this will flood and come underwater, but it sure is a nice little camp spot right now. And like I say, there have been odd happenings in the past in this valley. It's not somewhere you can get into now unless you own property down here, which my family does. Here, watch that tree right there. That's dead. Make sure you're not under that. It's gated off at each end with a locked gate, so I don't have to worry about a criminal element of people coming down here. However, there is the occasional mountain lion. Some of our neighbors up about 3 miles north of here saw a mountain lion, so not too terribly worried about wildlife, but has been Bigfoot sightings reported down here. So I am hoping that we'll have some kind of activity here tonight. If nothing else, it's just going to be a fun camp trip. To me, this is therapeutic, getting away from the job and town in general, and just coming out here and relaxing. But As you can hear from that, there's no sound of engines, no sound of... Actually, there's no sound of nothing right now. So anyway, I've also got a game camera, and I know that people don't generally have much luck with game cameras when it comes to picking up Bigfoot activity. So I'm not going to put it, I got more than one actually. I'm not going to put them in the camp area. There is a small pasture. I'll show you how I was able to park fairly close here. At the edge of a field, small field up here. Whoops. Come through the brush, and I come through the machete and cut the briars out of the way. But anyway, there's my vehicle. So there's a trail coming in over there at the edge of those woods, and I was able to come down there and park. So what I'm probably going to do is place a game camera out facing this field and see if anything comes across it tonight. Just don't know. So anyway, this may well be a very good spot just because of its isolation. It's not terribly far from a town. It's just the town it's close to is very small, and there's a lot of creek bottoms and river bottoms. If you go about 3 miles or so due north, you run into the South Canadian River, which those river bottoms, I shared a report here a month or so ago. It's called Chased by Bigfoot. So go back and watch that. That encounter took place no more than 3 miles to the north of here. So that being said, I'll show you a little look around here at the creek and such. Now right now it's thick brush and stuff and trees, but it's February. It's actually February 19th right now, and you can get through it, fairly well. Now you come down here in the spring when it really starts to bloom in summer, it's a challenge to get through this. So anyway, I'm gonna go fix myself something to eat back at camp, get the firewood gathered for the night, and hope I have some activity. I've got like I say, I've got a parabolic microphone. Here's something interesting, I'll record from it. I've got another video camera with night vision and an extra infrared booster on it to see into the dark, and we'll just see what happens. Like I say, either way, I'm excited to be here. Looked forward to this all week, and didn't have to, when I go to the Kiamichis, that's 60 miles, where me and Cornell and my son made our documentary last year a couple of times. That's 60-mile drive from here. This place right here is 11 miles from my front porch. So it's a quick hop down here, and a promising area at that. So I'm gonna go gather some firewood, and I'll check back in later. What I'm gonna do is, I've got this game camera right here that my friend Mark Copeland let me use for this. So I'm going to put it at the edge of this little field here, facing out, and I think I'm going to put it on that tree right there. got the game camera put up. Go back to camp. Now these GoPro batteries, the only thing I don't like about them is they sure don't last very long. But fortunately, I was able to park close enough to my vehicle. I can go back and have one on the charger all the time. And I've got two other video cameras with me. I've got a Canon video camera, as well as a, I mean, it's an off-brand one, but it's got night vision capabilities. So I want to get the bed of coals going where I can get a fire started quick as possible. See, it's not late. It's 4:40 right now. But see how it gets dark in these bottoms so quick? And there's my parabolic microphone. Can't wait to use that tonight. And hearing owls. It's up there, just put the game camera out up there by the field. And there's an owl back in there hooting. I love to hear wildlife. I just love it. So all right, I'm gonna fix a nutritious dinner of hot dogs. Kind of your typical camp fare here. Here in about 1 hour, I've scheduled a live stream. So if you see this and me talking about it, but you didn't see the live stream, you'll know that the signal wasn't strong enough. But I've been able to text people and make phone calls out of here earlier and post scheduling on my YouTube channel. So hopefully it will work out. So anyway, it'll be, the sun's just about down over the west ridge there, and hopefully that'll work out. We'll give it a try. In the meantime, I'm gonna have me a couple of hot dogs. You know, I know hot dogs aren't real good, but when they're cooked over a campfire, and you've been here most of the day setting up the camp and all that, they seem to taste better. Smoke wouldn't get in your eyes. What is it about campfires? Wherever you're at, the smoke follows you. You ever notice that? Anyway, I've been hearing some animals start to call out here a little bit ago. That owl has still been calling out over in the woods over there. Haven't heard any coyotes yet, but they'll be here. And maybe the Sasquatch will be here. That would be great. Now, like I've said earlier, there was a report of somebody seeing orbs and stuff. Now, I don't know what those are, but I'd like to see one. Because I don't know if that's like a will-o'-the-wisp, like electrical charges in the ground, or if there's something else to it. But people have reported seeing them a lot, sometimes in conjunction with the Bigfoot sighting, and I don't know what the relation would be there, but I mean, you never know. We'll just wait and see what if anything shows up tonight, and hopefully my live stream later will work. So stay tuned. I think I've burnt these hot dogs, but that's okay. I'm going to eat them anyway. We're going to be watching that ridge tonight. It is 6 o'clock now. coyotes, and before that was a bull, cow squatch. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear them on this or not. The coyotes over there are lighting up. So, take you off a little walk around camp. It's going to be very, very dark here very shortly. And I'm going to attempt a live show with YouTube Live. And if it works out, that will be my first one ever. I have the only live thing I've done in the field like that before is when Carrie Arnold from the Bigfoot Odyssey came to the Copeland property there by Antlers and did a documentary. And he did a YouTube Live at the campfire, but other than that, it's the only time. I've never done it myself, so I've got my fingers crossed that it's not a disaster. So hope that works out. Just gonna go for a little walk, try not to fall in the creek. But this is most of my outings are solo like this. I'm not opposed to bringing people along. Matter of fact, I do sometimes. Mark Copeland, he's been out in the field with me in the Kiamichi Mountains. Obviously, my son has. Cornell, who has the No Such Thing podcast, has come down from Massachusetts twice and went out into the field with me. But most of the time it's like this. It's just me. Very easy to organize like that. I'm tangled up in briars. Anyway, there's the game camera that I've put out. We'll see if anything comes across this field here tonight. But yeah, you can't see my camp through the trees there. So very quiet out here. That's why I like it. It's starting to get cold. It's February, and it's been really not cold at all. But when it gets dark, it's going to get real cold. I'll tell you that by experience. I come up here to get my jacket. I can kind of see camp through that thicket there, but not by much. Still got to grab quite a bit of firewood. Firewood goes really quick at night. These woods are seriously, you know, when you're out in the daytime, you just don't realize how dark it gets away from a town when you're out in the woods. It's really dark, which to me, this is therapeutic, you know, just to get out away from everything. Whether you have any Bigfoot activity or other mysterious things, then it's still worthwhile. So here I've got my Canon camera, and I've got a more powerful microphone on it. It will reach way out. GoPro doesn't reach very far out with the mic that's on board there. And like I said, I got another one that has the night vision on it. Back in the old days, you know, the Sony Handycam that recorded onto the little 8mm cassette, it had good night vision on it. And now with all the technology they got, the new ones don't have night vision. But the cheap ones do. None of that makes sense. Anyway, light's fading fast right now, so got about 20 more minutes and give a shot at a live feed, live show, see how that works out. And hopefully we'll get some activity later on that I can throw on the night vision and maybe get something. But we'll see.